Hi everyone, it's Tanya with Riley and Company. Normally you would see me and my face, except I have a new iPhone and for the life of me, I can't figure out, this Android girl cannot figure out how to get her camera to switch on her phone. And it has 3 cameras, so you get to see our logo for a second, but I am so excited to be with you today because we have a new release at Riley and Company and I get to introduce to you my favorite thing of the entire year, my Halloween Advent Calendar. Are you ready? Are you ready? You guys, this is available today. This is our 2021 Halloween Advent Calendar. It is so much fun. Now, watch this. It lights up. Little hidden light comes with a kit. Take a look at that. There's a little graveyard in there with Mommy Riley. And a light up house. There's house number 1. And oh, who do we see in the middle? It's Frank. And these are all made of wood, folks. They're all made of wood. Last year's was made from basil board. And we went all wood this year. So there's the next one. And who do we have there? Oh, it's Dracula. And all of these are in wood. There's vellum behind there. So I tinted it yellow. Then we come out and each one of these is a drawer that opens up that you can put candy in. And that is our new Halloween Advent Calendar. Is that fun? I love it. You can get it on our website. It's about that thick. And get it now because it takes just a little while for us to make it. Not very long. But I'm going to get you hooked up right now and take this little guy away. And then we're going to take a look at our new release. The new release is something that I've had in the works for a little while now. You can see my little Karen Burniston card. I didn't mean to cover that up. Look, see? I'm an owner in both companies, so I guess I can just leave it there. All right, are you ready for this? We have 18 new FunnyBones for you, and we have a new designer for the Dress Up Riley. I am so excited to tell you about her. In case you don't know what Dress Up Riley is, Dress Up Riley is like paper dolls, except with our adorable moose, right? Way cuter than paper dolls. So you get 2 moose in a set, or we've introduced 2 cows in a set. This is our latest, 2 giraffes, and this is our fox raccoon set. So it can be a raccoon if you put those on, or it can be a fox. Now those are your basics, okay? That is just your basic sets, and you get both in the set, and they come with dies. They don't come with dies. There are matching dies available. But we have now 32 different sets of accessories to go with them. We have a new designer. Her name is Kim. And she is from South Africa, and look at what we have now. Superheroes! We have a superhero set 1 and a superhero set 2. This superhero set has Captain America and Thor and Wonder Woman and, nope, that's Thor's cape. Sorry, I was getting ahead of myself. And Harley Quinn. How cute is that? With the sayings, hey, Puddin'. And this set has Wonder Woman and the Hulk and Iron Man with it. And of course, a saying that says, always be yourself. Unless, of course, you can be a superhero. Then be a superhero. You ready to see the images? Look at these. Riley is Captain America. It just started as a little base. Here's the raccoon as Captain America. And Thor Moose. And the Hulk Moose, which is so much fun. It is so much fun. You can't even tell that that's a little dress up to go over it. And finally, this has got to be one of my favorites. She nailed this. Harley Quinn. If you guys ever watch these shows, I love them. I love DC and Marvel and all of those. So this is our 2 new superhero sets. Then we have 18 new FunnyBones. And so instead of showing you the packages, I thought, hey, I'm just going to show you some cards to go along with it. So, oh, the weather outside can bite me and my car won't start to spite me. And I can't feel any of my toes. Winter blows, winter blows, winter blows. This was on the Craft Along kit. This is one of them that you guys have all been waiting for. Here's another one. I believe in Santa Paws. I just love this. These are so fantastic. Here's another Winter Blows one. This time we have the giraffe riding around in a Jeep. I think this is just a riot. And I have 3 of these to show you because I couldn't decide which one was funnier. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Moscato, Vodka, Tequila, Blitzen. She literally put a margarita glass in Smiling Bert's paws. I think that is just so funny. There's another one with our little elf, Riley the elf. And this is hysterical. The giggling giraffe with a martini glass with olives and a little, it's so cute. Our next one is I don't have an advent calendar, so I'm just opening cupboard doors and eating whatever's in there. Is this fantastic or what? I mean, this is marvelous. Santa has been reading your posts all year. Some of you are getting dictionaries. And just another cute one in case you don't want to use any animals. You can just use the gingerbread house as a normal house. And here we go. We do have action figure sayings in this as well. Superwoman, single. Batwoman, single. Wonder Woman, single. Now I get it. I'm single because I'm a superhero. It's just hilarious. It even comes with her little lanyard. All right. And again, I couldn't decide which superhero to put it with. So, you know, hey, we'll stick with Catwoman too. Cat Moose. I am Wonder Woman. I wonder where I left my keys. I wonder where I left my purse. I wonder where my money went. Exactly. And this is the giggling raccoon, and they even fit them. Not all the clothes, but it did this time. Same Wonder Woman saying, but this time Riley's dressing up as a Wonder Woman. Another superhero saying we have, there's a superhero inside all of us. Sometimes we just need the courage to put on the cape. And I love how she did this. This is just such an amazing card. Another one, but this time our little cow is Thor. Here's a giraffe dressed up like Harley Quinn. The new Suicide Squad is out. Do you guys know that? Has anybody seen it? I want to know. I want to know. Let me know if you've seen it. Anyway, Harley Quinn. The nice list is overrated anyway. Here's the giraffe dressed up as Wonder Woman. Hilarious. I have no idea how old you are. Happy birthday. I love this. This card is fantastic. I asked her whose die this was, folks. I have no idea. I have no idea whose that would be. But I have no idea how old you are. And then she combined, but your number's getting pretty dang big. And that is off of another stamp. I bought a new pair of shoes with memory foam insoles. No more forgetting why I walked into the kitchen, right? If it were only that easy. And if you have several dress-up sets, that's where you can have a lot of fun. These are just different shoes from dress-up sets. Same thing, but with a cute little Harley with a single ponytail. These are so much fun to color. I'm wearing my Cranky Pants today, and they make my butt look amazing. Here is Iron Man. I didn't get to show you him in the beginning. He's on an action wobble. Iron Moose. Sorry, Iron Moose. And all I did was, if you can see, I hope you can see that. Yeah, you can. I crystal lacquered the whole entire thing. Let him set. Friday is like a superhero that always arrives just in time to stop me from savagely beating one of my coworkers with a keyboard. Anybody know that feeling out there? Here's the Santa Paws again, except with a cat, right? You can use it with any animal. I believe in Santa Paws. Dear Santa, wine. That is all. Thank you. Again, these are from the, I believe they're from the Snow Globe series. This is from our cocktail series for the dress up. Establish dominance by putting glitter in Christmas cards. Oh yeah. And this, of course, is a shaker card made with our Snow Globe die. There's another one. And finally, I love this saying, primarily because I love coffee. Love yourself as much as you love coffee. Wouldn't it be nice if everybody did? Here's a little change up on that too. Love yourself as much as you love coffee. And there you have it. Now, our show specials are, you can get the entire 18-piece Funny Bone collection. It's the whole bundle for 20% off. So it's regularly $117, but for a week only, it's $94. We have so many people take part in that. And the other bundles that you will see out there, there is a special as well with 20% off both of these new sets and their matching dies. Okay, we have it out there to where you can get just the stamps, or you can get the stamps and dies as a little bundle. Okay, and moving along, let's finally, I'm going to set these little guys up here just because I think they're cute. Hilarious. And the action wobbles just make them so much fun. Okay, in your kits for this month, in the Craft Along kits, the theme was travel. And so these are the cards that we had. I will start with this card. This is one of the cards in the kit. I am so sorry this kit sold out so fast. It was incredible. But here is one of the cards. Now, if you have the card kit, I'm going to go through just a little bit on this card so you won't have a hard time making it. This is actually an easel card that we did. It is in the kits. And he's on an action wobble too. I could put everything on an action wobble and glitter. Yeah. And then finally, the card that we are going to do today, I have no idea how old you are. Happy birthday. The reason we're going to do this, I'm going to show you how to shade rocks. I'm going to show you how to color to make it look like rocks. I figured that that was where everybody might have the most issue, so that is what we are going to work on. Now, your kit, of course, came like this, and in your kit, it came along with your 6x6 paper pad from Echo Park. With all of our kits, just in case you did not get a kit, but you want to look at them going forward, everything is pre-cut and pre-stamped for you. So we include close to 15 to 18 images in our sets, and I get a lot of questions of whether the stamps are included in there or not. We couldn't bring you this cute of a kit and include all the stamps for $27.50. It's just not possible. So we just pre-stamp them for you and cut them all out and cut all the paper so you can make some adorable cards and it's not as expensive. Now, I'm going to go over these first two cards real quick in case you need a little help putting them together. This boot was stuck on afterwards. So the laughing giraffe just sits on top of your motorcycle. Okay, then we pop dotted the boot up and then we put the whole thing on the card. Of course, it's an easel card, so you fold the top in half first and then only attach the front to the hat. And the rest of it goes simply like that. Alrighty. I always picture people getting these at work and then they just sit them on their desk and look at them and laugh, right? Now this card is really, really easy. However, it does have hidden magnets. So you're probably wondering how it snaps like that. What we did to begin with, let me see if I can pull it out here for you, is we pre-scored the ends for you. So here's the blank piece that you go with, and you can do this with any card, so I'll just show you. We took two pieces. One was longer because I needed a flap. But on this end, you have a little scored piece and you're just gonna fold it over. That piece will tuck in behind that and you will glue it that way. Okay, so now you have a card that opens sideways, a slim line that opens sideways, but I wanted a little flap on the front. So we just scored, I believe it's 2 inches, just right there. You can make the flap as big as you want to make it, right? But that's how that card goes together. Now you glue a magnet here and you glue a magnet here right underneath each other, okay? And make sure that they stick, that they're attracted to each other. Magnets have a positive and a negative side. And then you just put your pieces of paper on top of them so it hides them. And people think you're a genius. So without further ado, we are going to move on to the card that we are going to make. Okay, and that is this card. So we're just going to pull out that packet, if I can find it. And this is what we have in our packet. Okay, you always get the photograph to go with it. So that's what I usually color from or assemble from. So the first thing we're going to do, of course, is just fold this card in half. All right, we're going to put our base piece down. Now you can, and I usually do, I'm knocking stuff over here. I ink the edges just a tiny bit, just to give it another little bitty layer. I don't put a lot of ink on there, just a tiny bit. And I will ink up a lot of paper without re-inking my dauber. And that gives me just enough ink, but not too much. Okay, so I'm gonna ink up all of these pieces, okay? And I'm gonna ink up the background piece of this. And then I'm just gonna assemble my base. So I'm gonna grab my zip dry, of course. For those of you that don't know about zip dry, how can you not know about zip dry? It's all I ever talk about, I feel like. But zip dry is like rubber cement in a bottle. And so you just need it around the outside edge. Now, because it is rubber cement, it lets you move. So if you're talking along and you accidentally get your paper stuck after you've taped it or you've glued it, you have a hot mess going on, because chances are you're going to ruin one of the 2 pieces of paper getting it apart. But not zip dry. It's down, and all I'm going to do is slide it. Just going to slide it to where all of my borders are nice and perfect. Right? Then there, if you can see that there's a little bit that squished out over the edge, it's okay. It's rubber cement. And you just wipe it off. And everything's nice and clean. So I am going to do that again with this paper. This Cartabella paper, I believe this is Cartabella. It's, let me see, yep, Cartabella paper. Echo Park and Cartabella papers. I just love them. The quality is really high. The designs are fantastic. If your local store doesn't have them, have them look into them. Okay, so now we have our base going on here. And now we're going to work on this piece. So I am just going to take, and I'm going to set that aside, and I am going to need to grab a little punch here. I'm going to grab my words, okay? And we're just going to do everything ahead of time. Grab my little words and put that on there. And just tuck it right in behind there. And slide it over to make it nice and perfect. Just like that. Okay, so now that's ready to go too. Now I can put this on here if I want to right now, but I'm gonna hold off because I wanna trim this piece to go on this piece, and we don't really know. So I'm gonna show you a very super easy way to color in rocks, okay? Now in your instruction piece of paper, I've listed all of the Copics that you need for this, okay? So in your instructions that come with it every month, there's all of your colors, and then underneath each card, there's each stamp, okay? This happens to be Mount Moosemore, and I am using warm grays and cool grays both. So these are Riley colors. We're gonna set them aside, and we're gonna start with the lightest light gray color, which is C3. And I am literally going to go over everything all the way down just like this. All I'm really doing is giving myself just some ink to work on top of. And I'm going to come underneath him. We're going to go all the way down. Now don't be worried about what you can see, and ironically enough, my marker's dry. Probably from coloring on rocks, you think? But that's okay, because I am just going to change over to my W2. Now I went from a C3 to a W2. All right, I'm gonna come back in and I'm gonna do the lower base parts, and you'll suddenly see when you start combining warm grays and cool grays how awesome it looks. Now, because they're Copics, they will help blend each other. And if they don't, we're just gonna do a little of the blending in this spot for it. Okay, and look at it taking shape already, right? And you can create your own type of rocks as well. Now we've got both of our base colors down. I'm gonna come up here a little bit, make sure I get the edges real nice. Okay, but I'm not coloring over all of the gray on the top. So now I need to figure out where there's probably gonna be some shadows, and that's where we're gonna start working. So there's probably some shadows in George's face and underneath, right? So we're gonna do that on all of them. Definitely down in behind and under the hairlines. Definitely under the hairline. Okay, so now, and under Riley, who is now on Mount Moosemore. How cute is that, right? And we need a little bit under here. So we want to keep the top up here lighter, and then we're just going to move on. So I'm going to grab a W4 now, and I'm just going to start putting splotches. Literally, that's all I'm doing, is just putting splotches, but you need to remember where your darker pieces are going to go, right? So we're going to do a little bit under here, kind of follow the rock lines. I'm going to come in here, down in the crevices would be a little darker. Okay, back in here is going to be a little darker. Back in here, and of course down in the corners, because that's the shadow parts. So we're just going to give it, and I'm being very, very random with this, okay? I'm going forwards and backwards and circles and up and down, and I do not want it to be uniform. I want it to just look like happy little rocks. So we will bring some back in here and make sure we get all of our shadows. Okay. Next up, we're just going to grab, let's see, I'm gonna go with a W6. It's another warmer color. The only cool colors I lay down are the ones to begin with. And now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take up even less space. I'm gonna color in even less, but only in the shadows. All right, and you can kind of see where all of this is coming along. And be really sketchy, kind of like you're shaking a little bit, right? And in there, probably some under his eyeball, a little under his chin. Okay, and then you can just randomly, I'm gonna do some right there and make a little patch of rocks in here. Okay, and that's really all there is to it. Let's put a little under his hairline and along this edge and back in there. The last thing that we have to do is just to color in Riley. And I'm just gonna grab my E33. And do that. But I'm gonna do it just a tiny bit different, and I'm gonna grab my E47 like we always do his antler. I'm gonna color that in too, but he's stone, right? So I'm gonna come in and do that, but now I'm just gonna do little splotchies with my warm gray, okay? Come back in and just do little splotchies, you know, because he's a statue, right? And there you have it. That's as easy as it is. The only thing we have left to do is just trim it out. And while I'm doing this, I'll remind you guys of the specials. The specials are on our brand new release that dropped yesterday. And you can buy the entire bundle of the brand new 18-piece FunnyBones for 20% off. See, I had to quit talking there for a second. I can't cut and talk. We also have bundle prices on both the brand new action figure dress-up sets, and anybody that places an order over $25 gets free shipping, but it's only for a week, okay? And there we go. So now we are done. I am going to take my sponge and go back over just to get rid of the harsh white lines, not too much, right? And then I'm just going to lay it on here, and I'm going to figure out where I really want it, which is probably right there, okay? We are just going to put some glue on it. I'm being very, very quick because I don't want to run out of time. We have that on there. I'm going to turn it over and just cut off my excess. And I'm going to glue it to the front of, or no, I'm not. I'm going to glue it to my blue, right? Because we set that blue aside. So I'm going to glue that piece to the blue and then glue the blue piece to my card. Just like that. See how I got to move that around? If you go to this much work, you certainly don't want your boundaries out of whack, do you? So I'm going to glue that right on top of there. And then I'm going to grab my foam tape. And I'm going to put it on the back of this little guy. Oh, and I forgot a step, folks. I really, really did. But the good thing with zip dry is, watch this. You can pick it right back up in case you make a mistake. Isn't that fantastic? Now, if I didn't want to put it back down there, I would just rub this off. This will come right off, and that way you don't ruin your paper. But in this case, you have 3 brads that go with this, which are trees, forest trees. And all we're going to do is take those and push them through. Easier said than done when you're running out of time. And I think, there we go. So I'm just going to do that and throw this one down here. And I'm going to turn them around to where they look good. And there's a third one around here somewhere. Then I'm going to glue this back on, and if you use zip dry, you're going to need to put a little bit more on there because it's pretty dry by now. So now I'm going to put it right back where it was. I'm going to add some foam tape to this guy. And then I am just going to pop it on the top, and we are finished. So in case you're wondering what our website is, it's RileyandCompanyOnline.com. And you will see all of the goodness. Make sure to join our Facebook groups too. We have so much fun there. This is going to go like that. And we are done. There you go. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it very, very much. And we hope to see you out checking out our new release. Have a great day, everybody.